Hi, welcome back. Unless this is your first time, then hello. Um, so I was having a conversation today with one of my buddies on Discord, and we were talking about seeking out these. So let me give you some context on how the conversation was going. So Reminex and I were talking on Discord, and we're talking about something referred to in the game. Well, not in the game. That's the weird thing. It's like, it's not really like referred to in the game at all, actually. And they're called iframes. What iframe stands for is invulnerability frame. And what that is that not written in the text of the skills, there is a window in the animation or a frame where you are invulnerable. One of the examples would be, I pulled this up just for context, that Black Widow, when she is in this animation right here, that she is briefly invulnerable. Now I'm gonna just give a little disclaimer here that there's like part of me that's skeptical about this, and you can be skeptical too, or you can say, hey, confirmed, this does really exist. And it's not that I don't believe them, it's just one of those things like, really? That they don't just say there's 2 seconds of invulnerability. It just seems weird to me that they don't write this stuff in there. So the other friends that I have that I play with every day, they refer to these iframes quite a bit. There's characters like, for instance, Spider-Man, when you're dealing with them in Dimension Duel, that there are certain abilities that if you chain them together, you have much moments of invulnerability where you cannot do damage to him if you find enough of these skills where you chain them together and you spend a lot of time with these iframes. So it's kind of a big deal, you know, if I can figure out which ones these are. Now, I have some speculation. I haven't done all the testing, but ultimately the goal is that within a day or two, we will have all of the characters at level 100. So once I have all the characters at level 100, there will be extensive testing, and we are going to try to nail down where all of these iframes are hidden, and to just say, yeah, that's a thing. These are in here. These, you're invulnerable for all this time. And the other thing is, I have this philosophy that if you want a shortcut to an end result, you just ask somebody that's already done the trial and error. Maybe you know which ones where the iframes are already. And yeah, if you do, and you want to share that information to me in the comments, in Discord, we can share it with the community. Maybe you feel like it's top secret info and you don't want everybody using your iframes. I get it, but I'm a data collector. I like knowing I like theory crafting. And I feel like if I knew where all the iframes were, I could figure out whether or not the juice was worth the squeeze on whether or not I wanted to use the skill or not. It could be where said iframe is in a trash ability where I'm like, I don't care about being invulnerable for 1 second in that animation. So, whatever. I don't want it. So I feel like at the end of the day, but I want to feel like I have more freedom and more theory crafting with my build. So I do have a theory. My main character is Iron Man, and there's a couple of abilities where I feel like, are those iframes? I think they are. At the end of the day, what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to bring these in, find a optimal boss that we feel like we can do testing on, and just see if during those phases we are in fact invulnerable. So if you know where you think some iframes, you've confirmed them, or even if you just think, I think this is one, and we can all shortcut to a result and at least give ourselves that freedom of choice to whether or not we want to put some of these abilities in our build. And For me, I think Party Time Protocol, when you do the sweep and you drop the bots in, I think the sweep might be an iframe, and there's a couple other ones I think might be. I'm going to test Iron Man, obviously, because that's going to be the most upfront payoff I'm going to get because I use Iron Man the most. But also, I'm just really curious, and at the end of the day, I love theory crafting and making cool builds. So I would like to get as much info and then see if we can reinvent some of these pre-existing builds we think are the best. Or maybe we're like, there's an iframe in here, but who cares? Who cares? It's just a junk ability anyway, so hard pass. Or this leads into the next thing. Supposedly, and I say that with the utmost respect, again, I'm skeptical until I have data backing up that this is a thing. I would never want to mislead anyone and for them to say, yeah, I was on my Black Widow taking a sniper shot and I got tapped by somebody in Omega War and now I hate your guts. I'm going to come set your house on fire. Yeah, so to forego any angst, we're going to try to nail down if this is a real thing. And just like if you can co-sign that you believe that you know for a fact iframes exist in certain abilities, I feel like I just want some people to co-sign it just so we just know. And at the end of the day, I play with people that that test the stuff out. Okay, so the second thing is that there are combos also hidden in the skills. There's no text referring to said combos, but that there are in fact skills that play off one another and that there are hidden things that happen. Again, this is another thing we're like, what? Like, I'm not saying I don't believe it. I just want to know, man, there's 8 characters in here and each one has like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, like 9 things, 8, 9 things that each have 4 different skills in each one. Holy smokes. I'm going to take each one of these characters in and try to find all of these. But man, that's a lot of testing. And I feel like people that main a character are going to have that insight far before I'm going to be able to, but I'm still going to try. So I want to figure out where the iframes are and where the combos are. And I feel like as a community, if we can do this, it opens up. I mean, at the end of the day, I just wish they would just write the stuff in there so we can say, hey, I have choice now, and there's confirmation from the developers that this stuff actually exists. I would prefer that, but I will say I'm only mildly skeptical. I do believe that this stuff does work, and that there are points where I feel strongly that I am not either targetable or that I'm not hit, that you can't hit me if even if you do have me locked on, or if you did potentially that I am invincible. I do believe that. I'm going to do as much testing to make absolutely sure that that exists. But at the end of the day, I want you guys to help if you're interested. So if you can just leave down in the comments what your experiences are, I feel like this stuff is pretty cool. Like, I just wish that they would just write it in the text though, so I would just be able to say, yeah, it's in there. So yeah, I think that this is important info to get out there, and that if at the end of the day we can all collectively gather data together, share it, and there's no mystery involved any longer. We can make more informed decisions about how we do our builds. So let me know what you think. If there's some that you know for a fact work or you think work. And I think it's awesome to share this information, and I bet you people are going to be down in the comments looking for what those are. In the meantime, stay tuned for my own testing, because I'm going to start at Iron Man, work my way down. Like I said, Within a day or two, I should have every character to level 100, and it's full speed ahead figuring out everything about these characters. So until next video, we'll see you next time.